go.
Hello, everyone. I'm Mello,
And I'm Mo.
and welcome to the Press Start Podcast. This week has kind of been a dry week for news, but I scrounged up what I could. We got some new Overwatch news, some new Elder Scrolls news, and it's been a bad week for news. Let's be honest. Everybody's really honestly getting ready for the Legend of Zelda release. I am, and that's really all there is to it. Let's be honest.
Yeah, there's a ton of Zelda news to talk about. I actually have one of the articles pulled up by mistake, but that's fine. At least I didn't start the episode on Facebook.
Yeah, that is good. Okay, so first thing we're going to talk about is the next Injustice 2 character is revealed. Cyborg. I mean, he was in the first one, and plus Swamp Thing. They've released, like, they're doing a weird thing. Like, when does Injustice 2 come out exactly? Do we even have a release date for it?
I'm not sure. I know that we've talked February 20th. Reveal is coming to February 23rd.
Yeah. The release date's not on this website. But anyway, like a lot of the characters are recurring from Injustice 1, which they're probably getting rid of a lot of the weaker characters that no one really gave a shit about.
And replacing them with more interesting and unique characters.
Yeah. So, Cyborg. Remember, guys, we get through these articles rather easily. We do have a new segment. Probably not this show. Probably next one.
Yeah, I've been taking some time and putting it into refining the show itself before we start adding bulk onto it.
Okay, so it comes out May 16th. I don't even know if I'm going to get it anymore.
I'm not at all hyped for Injustice 2.
I'm not.
I've kind of almost fallen off the fighting game trend except for Smash, of course.
Yeah, but everybody has their niche.
They do have their niche. You want to talk about the new Crash game, dude?
Yeah, who doesn't, man? Apparently this PS4 exclusive might not be a PS4 exclusive.
Yeah, it's actually going to be PS4 exclusive for a minute, and then it'll be multi-plat.
Yeah, it'll definitely be on PC.
Will it really?
Yeah.
Well, now I'm excited for it again.
I remember seeing a Reddit post about it.
And now I'm excited for it again.
I mean, like at this point, like, people are going to emulate it anyway. They're going to emulate the older games, or they're going to still emulate it on PC anyway. So you might as well multi-platform release it and get as much cash as you can out of it, possibly.
Absolutely.
Now this only does include the first 3 games.
But the first 3 games are like the best games in the series.
I don't know. I like Crash Tag Team Racing for the PSP.
Crash Team Racing was a home console game, and then
No. There was one on the PSP, which was really fun.
Was it really? I mean, there was one on PS1 as well.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
And there was also the party game, which is my favorite. I forget the name of it.
And also, I think maybe a few articles in, there's something that you and I are probably going to talk about quite heavily.
What's that?
It's this deal, like, as you can see in the article, it's going to release on PlayStation 4 and the PS4 Pro. And one of the games coming up, there's a video for it too, which shows the difference in graphics quality between the PlayStation 4 and the PS4 Pro. And we've talked about this before. How
is there a substantial difference, or are we about?
I don't know. We do this shit blind half the time.
Yeah.
So we'll find out. But there's going to be a substantial difference.
Alrighty, Casper, shut the hell up. Moving on, Rocket League's Hot Wheels update out now. Here's everything it adds.
It adds 2 new Hot Wheels DLC cars, free Hot Wheels content, which is really just toppers and antennas, nothing really game changing. And yeah, that's really about it. You have to pay for the DLC cars. Pretty much this is them gearing up to have some, the Hot Wheels cars that are actually coming out that you can actually buy, which I'm probably going to get.
Well, if you look at Mello's wall, you'd understand why he's saying that.
I mean, yeah.
That's not even a quarter of what he's got.
No, actually, that's almost all of it.
Really? Did you move it all into camera view or something?
No, I've had it blocked and I've kind of tidied up a little bit.
Okay. Well, there's the Rocket League stuff. We looked at this a bit earlier.
Yeah, it's weird. This should have been almost a thing after 6 months after launch.
Well, I don't know, but regardless, the fact that they're doing it now is cool.
Yeah, it is cool. I definitely enjoy it. I think it's cool. Okay, next article: Civilization 6 free update and new Australia Civ DLC announced.
This hardly applies to me, but it probably applies to a lot of other people. But I played the fuck out of Civ 5 until I couldn't play it anymore. Yeah. Me, you, and Shelly actually bought it together. Remember?
Yep.
We bought it.
It was on sale.
Yeah, it was on
if $10.
If you bought 4 of them, it was $10 each.
Yep.
And we ended up giving the 4th one to Tim or something. And we played it for a long time, and then after everybody else fell off, I picked it up a little while.
Yeah, like I don't like it's a hard game for me to play. Like I can't play the same like.
It's very time consuming.
Oh yeah, I don't like that. That's why when I was younger, I played Civilization Revolution. That was like a good 20 to 30 minute game each,
right?
And that was fun.
Now it's like at least an hour, unless you turn the turns way down and you don't really get to be involved in what's going on. If you want to have a good game of Civilization, you got to have 4 people that you know and a whole fuckload of time.
So like you know what the weird thing is? It's a fun party game because it reminds me of a board game. You trying to deceive each other, and what happened in the back?
I tossed something at a cat.
Okay.
Because it was meowing incessantly. Alex so guilty.
Okay. So yeah, if you play Civ, this should excite you. If not, you're not missing anything.
Pokemon Mega Bloks crossover coming soon.
I mean, you know, we got the Rocket League toys coming. Now we got the Pokemon Mega Bloks thing. It's weird that they didn't sign with Nintendo.
They didn't sign
not Nintendo, Lego.
Yeah, it's strange. Mega Bloks is kind of making a big thing of it now, though.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, Mega Bloks is in the gaming world with Call of Duty Mega Bloks and Halo Mega Bloks.
Yeah.
I think that Mega Bloks and World of Warcraft, I think they're just probably signing a lot better deals than what Lego will offer.
Look at these guys, though. They're pretty cool.
I know, they look good. There's like 3 photos of them. They all look pretty sick nasty.
Pretty sick nasty, bro.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing that's happening if you're into that kind of thing.
I mean, I'll probably get like 1, probably 3, Ivysaur, Venusaur, and Bulbasaur.
So, fun fact, for those of you who don't know, I work at McDonald's, and I remember them putting the Mario Kart 8 toys in the kids' meals, and the Pokemon X and Y toys. This is just mentioned in the article, and it's cool. I had all the Mario Kart toys. Horizon Zero Dawn.
I like how Smee's talking shit about Mega Bloks.
Oh, bargain bin Lego.
So it's predicted to sell 8 million units, close to Uncharted 4. They are like, okay, here's what's worrying. Like, I got this game pre-ordered. It looks amazing, but it's got so much pre-order and hype culture behind it that the studio's producing. Not the community, the studio's producing.
You're talking about Horizon Zero Dawn?
Yeah.
Well, that's not good because the game already had a lot of hype behind it anyway because of what it was. And if you artificially try to bump that hype up, you're just going to get shit.
Yeah, like I'm also like kind of scared right now because I don't know how this is going to turn out.
I don't see the game turning out bad at all.
I mean, I don't either, but like
it's predicted to sell 8 million units. I mean, that's a pretty bold statement.
Yeah, it is. But I don't know, it's just got me a little worried because of all the marketing. That's really what's bothering me because I mean, if it's going to sell well, they'll just let the reviews speak for themselves.
Yeah. That's what they should do. That's what any good developer should do.
Yeah, I mean, do a little bit of marketing, but man, they're going all in with the hype train. They even they got the PS4 bundle with it too.
Big Gulp says I don't know if they'll reach 8 mil, but the game looks fun as fuck. It does look fun as fuck or shit. I can't tell. Smitty says not sure how many it'll sell, but it should be enough to make profit on it at least. I'd be surprised
they'll
if
make profit.
Yeah, it will make profit. It looks,
unless it ends up like Assassin's Creed Unity.
Some people will buy these games based on the aesthetics and the graphics alone, and it has both of those.
Yeah, the aesthetics look really nice.
Absolutely, it does.
And we'll just see how it is. That's honestly all we can do.
Alrighty.
Okay, World of Warcraft, Hearthstone, Heroes of the Storm, losing Windows XP and Vista support.
Let me tell you how much this doesn't matter because I read this earlier. This doesn't matter at all because nobody that I know is still using XP and Vista unless they're over the age of 50 and have no idea what the fuck they're doing. And they're not playing World of Warcraft, Heroes of the Storm, or Hearthstone anyway. Everybody who's...
Well, actually, I don't know about that because World of Warcraft, that was kind of like their biggest thing for from vanilla all the way to Cataclysm. Was that people were running XP and still playing this game?
Right, and I understand that, but we're in the year 2017 and Windows 7 has taken over everything. That was XP and Vista. Windows 7 is now that basically. If you go a little bit further than that, you'll discover that Windows 10 is now out, and people are still doing that thing. I don't see. Do you have Windows 10?
No, I have Windows 7.
I'm hearing an ad. I don't know where it's coming from.
It's coming from the Pokemon page. You're welcome.
Good call.
Anyway,
But the issue here is Windows XP and Windows Vista no longer being supported isn't that big of a deal to me and probably to a lot of people because I can't think of a single PC I've seen in the past 3 years that are running either of those operating systems.
yeah, that is true.
Everything is either Windows 8.1 or Windows 10, or if you're like me, you're still running Windows 7. Or are you running 7?
Yeah, I'm running Windows 7.
Okay. I can't. I was this close to upgrading to Windows 10 today.
No,
And I don't know.
no, don't do it. Don't do it.
But I understand why they lost support for it. But I don't see why did they have to go out of their way.
I don't know. That's
drop
the
support
thing.
for it?
That's the thing. Like World of Warcraft, where it was born in those days, you think it'd be running on those OSs almost. You know.
It said Microsoft ceased mainstream support for these versions of Windows in 2009 and 2012, respectively, but since a decent portion of our audience was still using them at the time, we continued supporting them. At the time, he says. So, like I said,
Yeah, at the time.
all the other operating systems have taken over. Windows 7, Windows 8.1, Windows 10 are all you're going to find on a PC nowadays.
Yeah. But, you know, I mean, this doesn't affect me because I don't use fucking Vista or Windows XP.
Apparently, there is a decade-old TF2 bug that was just finally fixed.
And you guys complained about Bethesda not fixing their bugs.
Server client hitbox mismatch.
Yep. I mean, there's a video down there below, too, you can watch.
Yeah, it's being watched right now.
Yeah. I mean, like, I don't, like, how can you not fix a bug for 10 years? How
the
can
shape
you
and
not
position of your
Bethesda?
body on screen would be different to what the server and other players saw, leading to some frustrating deaths where you might think you were out of shot, but to other players you were visible and shootable.
Yeah, you can see the hitbox acting really fucked up.
This bug has been present in the game since launch on October 2007. Holy shit.
It took them 9.5 years to fix it.
Wow.
9.5.
That's ridiculous, mate.
I mean, I'm surprised the community didn't fix it with mods.
Yeah, but I mean, you still have to be running workshop on your own server, and if you did matchmaking, it wouldn't make it fuck, you know?
Yeah, but that's fucking ridiculous.
That is ridiculous.
Imagine how many missed shots were made because of that bug.
Probably, well, over the course of 10 years, millions.
Anyway, but...
ESO sells 8.5 million copies. What?
I mean, this has to be since, according to MMORPG, The Elder Scrolls Online has 7 million players as of June 2016. It's had 1.5 million new players in less than a year. So, yeah, it's so what you're telling me is that Horizon Zero Dawn is going to sell more within its opening week than Elder Scrolls Online has within its couple of years.
I don't think so. The online player population is split fairly even among all platforms, PC, PS4, and Xbox One.
Still, Horizon Zero Dawn is going to outperform an MMO.
I don't think it's going to outperform an MMO. And did they make the claim that they were going to sell 8 million copies in their first launch, like window?
I cannot remember, but I'm saying that's what they're aiming for.
I'm hoping they were aiming for that, like, over the time.
Yeah.
No, it shouldn't touch ESO that fast, even though ESO was garbage on launch, and now it seems to have fixed a lot of the problems that it had beforehand. But
I don't know, man.
It still hasn't fixed those problems enough for me to give a quarter of a fuck about it.
Okay, next article, I guess.
A new character teased again.
Yeah, I have a prediction about this. I think they're going to introduce both characters at the same time.
Yeah, I'm assuming they said Lifetime Big Gulp. It makes more sense to me.
Because what we have is we have Doomfist. Like, okay, in the PTR in Overwatch, on the map Numbani, with Doomfist glove in it. The glove is missing.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
And now we have this little 11-year-old robotics genius in the fray. So what I think they're going to do is they're going to do a dual release of the new hero that the 11-year-old is involved with and Doomfist himself.
Really?
Because, I mean, it has to be the way they're kind of doing this, unless the 11-year-old has the Doomfist.
But a dual release would be awesome.
But a lot of you guys can go on and search for early Overwatch concept art. and you'll find Genji resting on top of a tank. And a lot of people are willing to bet that the robotics expert has something to do with that tank, and that tank is a new character. Yeah, Effie Oladell.
I was about to try to pronounce that, but I was going to slaughter it. I knew I would have. So, adult release on 2 new characters would be pretty awesome, and that'd be nice for Blizzard to do.
But I think the problem is like they're not releasing enough maps in time.
They're not.
That's my problem.
I hardly even play Overwatch anymore, and I can tell you that there's scarcely any new maps since the last time I played.
Yeah. Let's see here. People think one of the new heroes is a spider little tank with that Effie build. Yeah, which is probably it, because she's a robotics expert.
Yeah, that's a possibility.
But I want to talk to you about something, Mo. When's the last time you played Overwatch?
About 2 weeks ago.
Okay, 2 weeks ago. Well, shit, you haven't really played that long, or you don't have a lot of time in it to kind of answer this question. But how do you feel about the skins in Overwatch?
I've never really had much of an opinion about the skins in Overwatch.
Okay.
But I feel like there's ways you can pay for these, right? There's ways.
Yeah.
There's ways,
yeah.
Of course.
Essentially.
So, anytime someone says you can pay for this, but it's purely aesthetic, I say, okay, sure, but I'm not going to do it. But from what I've seen from launch, the quality of the skins could have been better. There could have been more diversity. And what I've seen lately in some of these events, they look good. Wow, what are you thinking?
I was going to say that there's not enough default skins that aren't event related, because let's be honest, like all of them are recolors. There's only like 2 or 3 models per character, and then there's just various recolors of all those models.
Yeah, that's a problem.
And I think I think it's a little bit abusive to their player base. Because we have these skins, they're 1,000 gold a piece, and 1,000 gold is not easy to fucking come by.
No, it's
a
not.
fucking grind.
It's not.
So what they should have done is had 4 different models, and then you can just pick the colors. Because what happens if you get a skin and you don't like the color?
Smitty said recolor should be an option instead of entirely separate skins.
Yeah, they should be. Like, you should get a skin, you should be able to color it however you want.
Yeah, Big Up says they need more non-event skins, which I can agree with, because from what you're saying is only time we get new skins is when there's an event, and they're the same skins
retextured. About the event
recolored.
is like when you buy loot boxes.
Yeah.
That are event loot boxes, you can get items that are in the vanilla game regardless, and it's complete horseshit.
Yeah. Well, if you buy a loot box during the portion of time that an event is taking place, I'd say that you should be locked to getting event-only items at that point.
Yeah.
At least for the duration of the event.
You're guaranteed 1 event item per box.
Okay.
But you get more than 1, let's be honest, but you're guaranteed only 1. You're guaranteed 1 at least.
Right.
But that means that there's a possibility that you might get 3 not-event items, which is stupid.
Yeah, that is stupid, considering there's an event going on.
Yeah. But
Especially
Jeff Kaplan, the director, said he wants a new McCree skin. I'm not like if they would give us more maps and more game modes, I would be fine without skins for a while.
Yeah,
but then again, there's nothing to work towards when you're playing this game if you're not a competitive player.
Most of the event items you get in the box usually sprays, Olivia
Yeah,
says.
and that's complete horseshit as well, because nobody cares about sprays, because everybody's worried about playing the game.
Another thing is, as long as they keep flooding us with new skins as opposed to new game modes and maps, they're not technically speaking, adding new content to the game.
No.
They're adding new... Let's see, what word could I use here? Flair to the content of that game.
Yeah.
That's not really relevant to the gameplay whatsoever. Aside from, oh hey, Zenyatta looks different this time around.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, they do great work on the skins they do, but I think we need more vanilla skins.
We need more skins we can get, just period, without having to be locked to an event, which is not really being done anyway.
Now there was another theory I came up with last night, or another idea rather. We have a lot of people who grind this game or only play this game because they're streamers, and that's all they're pretty much allowed to play. That way they can keep their livelihood and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And so pretty much the soft level cap is around 1600, okay?
Yeah.
That's when you stop getting stars. That's when your portrait stops changing. I think what they should do is they should absolutely change the level cap to maybe 25,000. Or 25,000. I'd say
preposterous.
that. No, listen to me. And let's say every 1,000 levels, you get a token that unlocks maybe a mythic skin for a character.
Yeah.
And that is like, just to say, hey, you leveled up 1,000 times and you have this mythic skin.
If you do it 1,000 more times, there's another one.
Yeah.
Right.
That could be incentive to keep people playing your game.
Yeah.
And like these skins aren't like off the wall. Like if you guys play Heroes of the Storm, like the master skins are like base skins that look better, on the characters that aren't really lore breaking or look off the wall.
Yeah.
And I think they could really do that and probably be very successful too.
Likely.
But I think that's because the skins are honestly a problem in the game. Let's be honest. It seems like they have atrocious.
It seems like they have more priority than some actual gameplay, like some gameplay content as well. You know what I'm saying? It seems that way to me. I don't play the game a whole lot anymore, but from what I'm seeing, the skins are taking priority over new gameplay content.
Yeah, that is true. Now with the Year of the Rooster, we got a new game mode, but it sucked.
Yeah, it was a capture the flag, and it was terribly broken.
And it was broken, yeah.
Yeah.
It was broken. Okay, anyway, let's move on to Ghost Recon Wildlands.
Open beta. Players will earn bonus missions in the full game.
Like, what? Like, why? This is atrocious. This is butchering. What do you even say to this? So pretty much what they're doing here is they're trying to incentivize people who are kind of interested in this game to really play the beta. That way they can almost guarantee that $60 from that player because the player will want that extra content that they're ripping out of the game. How fucking vicious do you have to be to do this?
This is a very vicious marketing attempt at marketing. I've played the game, and I'm going to say this, and for anybody just going to get salt, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, I can't right now.
It plays like MGS5 with 3 other people, and it's cool that it's in an open world setting. That's really neat. That really, really is. But there's nothing about this game that is groundbreaking, that has not been done before, except for maybe the premise of it. Maybe it's an open world game. It's a third-person tactical shooter. It is very tactical. You can take things on any way you want. Me, Mel, and Brandon,
And that was boring. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't have fun with the beta. I did not.
It was
boring as fuck.
I wasn't having too much fun. One, because Mel was having such terrible frame rate issues out of a PC that can run this game. Right, I'm running the game. Melo's PC has better specs than mine. Why the fuck can't he run it?
Overclocked as well.
And he overclocked his GPU and still could not run the game. And whenever I logged in the second day, it said I had a mismatched driver. And I'm like, what? I just played the game yesterday on very high at like 55 frames. And now I'm playing the game. And here's another issue that the game has. I can just go on for decades. If you were to lower the graphic settings from the highest to very high, there is a hardly noticeable difference. But from very high to high, it's like going back an entire generation. And from high to medium, I could have easily played this game on a fucking PlayStation 2. And that's not an exaggeration.
And
I should have taken screenshots to show you, but I didn't.
There's screenshots on the Facebook page if you want to click the Facebook link down below. You can see what my experiences were. And I'm running the recommended hardware for this game. Now, one thing I will say is that take what we say with a grain of salt. Even though the release is very close, we were playing a beta.
We were playing a beta, but this generation of beta is just fucking early access to the game, so you can get hyped for it and buy it and get that early content. That's all it is anymore. But yeah, Wildlands, it's a fun game if you like third-person tactical shooters, especially with friends and open-world games in general.
No. Well, listen. I got the beta on my Xbox One. Perfect. It looked great. It ran at 60 frames per second. Looks like high settings, but like they just gimped out the PC support. I don't know why.
Well, it's just a practice that they have nowadays to say, well, it's out for the PlayStation and the Xbox.
We need to sell consoles.
If we can sell consoles, we'll gain favor with Sony and Microsoft.
Yeah, exactly. That's one big thing.
It is.
Because Ubisoft have their own platform on PC. They just answered themselves on that.
Yeah.
I'm actually, while we're talking about it, Mo, I'm going to go ahead and pull up that post, and I will link it to you, and then you can drag it over. Because,
okay.
It's
go ahead and link it to me on Facebook, and I'll just snag it from there because I have it on another monitor.
Okay, there you go. I mean, like, it's ungodly how bad it is. It's like it's going from on one screenshot you will see the game as absolute lowest settings. In the top left, you will be able to see the frame rate, and then on the other screenshot will be one of the two. I don't know what order I was going to pull them up in.
Okay, alright, so here it is at the absolute highest settings at 19 frames per second. Okay, the game looks gorgeous. Like, look at the foliage in the background, look at the trees, look at the texture. And then here we come over here. What the fuck happened?
And I'm only running at 37 frames a second. This game has a problem of some kind. I don't understand it.
Here's what it looks like to me, is that... Actually, I can't fucking tell, you know?
Yeah.
But the difference between very high and this is low...
Yeah, the absolute lowest. Everything cranked to its
absolutely astounding.
lowest.
I've played games on low before that don't look like this, you know? Like, there's still some shadows, there's still some fucking detail to the ground. And it looks like, to me, like, I don't know, it almost looks like two completely different games.
I know.
But even at the lowest settings, Melo's PC is still only getting 37 to 50 frames a second.
No, not even 50, like 40.
40 frames per second.
40 was the cap on lowest. Now, what the fuck?
And that's jank as fuck. And that's unacceptable, Ubisoft. Do something about it, man.
Okay, next article. I'm done with this. I'm pissed at Ghost Recon.
Alright, so here's the thing that happened that I wanted to cover earlier, but I couldn't. Sony files a patent for what looks like a Nintendo Switch-esque handheld. As spotted by NeoGAF user Ponpo, the patent was filed back in 2015, but was only just recently published. While the controller pieces on the side look as though they may be detachable, they aren't explicitly shown as being removable from the device. Now here's the kicker of the whole shebang. What? Really? The kicker...
Okay, go ahead.
I don't understand. I mean, I do understand, but, like, this is wild and unexpected.
Oh, no, wait, hold on. What do you mean it's wild and unexpected? This isn't the first time Sony's waited for Nintendo to be innovative and straight up copy them.
I know. By wild and unexpected, I mean sarcastic. It looks like a bop it, Big Gulp says.
Yeah, it does look like a bop it.
Looks like a bop it. Okay, so the fact that this is happening tells me that people are looking at Nintendo and saying, they're doing something right. Let's do it.
Well, I mean...
Now, people are also bitching. They're like, well, you know, the NVIDIA Shield came out, and it was technically a tablet that played games. Listen, dude. The NVIDIA Shield at launch could only stream games to the tablet. The NVIDIA Shield did not have detachable controllers. Did not have any form of motion control. Didn't have HD rumble. You couldn't dock it and play it on a TV. They didn't do it first. They didn't do it first. You could say that Apple did it first because there's mobile games on the fucking iPhone at launch. No. The NVIDIA Shield's hardware later on in the line though could have ran games at 720p on like medium settings, but we're talking about a full-blown like AAA console experience on the go with detachable controllers and a fucking kickstand. It's different. It is the next step in technology, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, 100%.
To have things just completely mobile, like to be able to just pick up.
But now I'm waiting on Microsoft to patent their own one for the Xbox games.
Well, when Microsoft goes mobile, it's going to be a whole thing, and they're going to attempt to kill the mobile department. But Nintendo has held on to the mobile gaming department for so long.
Well, I mean, I mean that's really it. Nintendo has the mobile.
They have it.
Well, I mean, it doesn't matter because Nintendo's market is mainly in Japan.
No, their mobile market's mainly in Japan. In
the
Japan,
mobile market.
They sell more 3DSs than say Wii U's, for example.
Yeah.
But in America, now that the price of the 3DS had dropped and we had the new iteration of the 3DS and stuff, it's sold like wildfire, dude. The 3DS is on fire, and it has an awesome catalog of games. But yeah, this is what's happening. Sony's popping into the whole portable hybrid home console deal possibly, and you see the USB-C charger on the bottom, it looks like. And I don't know if you're going to be able to dock this thing. It's just this pad, and we don't even know if it's going to happen. It probably will, and it might look vastly different than what we're looking at right now, but it's cool. It's cool that it's happening. While we're here, I want to take a second, and before we move on to the next article, talk about some of the Breath of the Wild stuff that's been happening. Mel, you know that like a quarter of the embargo for the game is up now, and there are people talking about the first 5 hours of experiences and talking about some of the more finer details of the game.
Yeah.
I implore all of you to stay away from it. If you're going to play the game, stay away from it. Because it'll ruin your experience, I promise. Because I watched some of it, and I'm like, no. I watched Switch Force talking about it. I'm sorry, I forgot the name. Switch Force and Nintendo Force talking about it. They were talking about it with Andre Seegers from Game Explained. And I just heard shit that I did not want to hear. I'm not going to be talking about Breath of the Wild a whole lot until the game comes out because I don't want to spoil it for anybody. Because apparently Zelda fans are so sensitive to spoilers that they'll just burn down orphanages left and right if they get another fucking trailer. You know?
Yeah, there's got to be hype, but you never want to spoil anything for yourself. No. Never, ever, ever.
People are saying Nintendo is spoiling the game. It's got to be hype, though. It's going to be hype. There's no reason for it not. But, like, people are saying that Nintendo is spoiling the game for them by releasing trailers. What the fuck? You know?
Yeah.
Oh, we've seen what could be Volvagia. Could be.
I want to know where Ganon fits in this Legend of Zelda.
And Smitty, I've also heard people say that it's harder than the NES Zelda. People are saying that it's Dark Souls hard.
Ooh,
yeah, this is exciting, really. But they say that it's much more open than we first initially thought, and it's good, you know. Like they were like, we can't talk about the story yet, but Andre Seeger said, but it's good, you know.
It's good.
You know,
it's good.
I figured it would be. We're gonna go ahead and pop on over to what we've been playing.
Okay.
Melly, you're up first, as usually.
As you guys can see, I've been playing For Honor. The Ghost Recon Wildlands beta, and a little game called Adrift, and I wonder which one I should talk about first. I guess I'll talk about Drift first. It's a PC exclusive game or it might not be exclusive, but it's an Oculus VR game. I don't have an Oculus Rift.
I'll be down there if you did.
I would not recommend this game to anybody under any circumstances. It is $20, and it lasts only like 2.5 hours. And it's just boring as fuck.
And why the fuck did you have me add it to the games you've been playing list?
Because like I played it and beat it in one setting.
Oh.
And two, I gotta warn people to avoid this. If you ever see it, like a deal on it or anything, just like don't even get it, don't install it. Just don't even worry about it because it's boring as fuck. Now, if this were a TV show or a movie, sure, this would have been pretty good. But other than that, it sucks. So.
Don't you love how mine and Melo's games we've been playing are roughly the same except for one game every single week because we've been playing those games together? Talk about For Honor, Melo.
For Honor, yeah, I've been playing it a lot. Still
it's a good
game. Wish there was another game mode besides Dominion, Brawl, and what's the other one? No. Yeah, Deathmatch.
Yeah, I do too. There is a wealth of content supposedly coming to the game relatively soon.
Yeah, hopefully.
Including 7 new heroes over the course of however long. But new game modes would be tight, but 1v1 still my thing. I love a 1v1.
Yeah, Mo can beat me 1v1, but he always plays against me when I'm just waking up, and it's always the first game of the night for me.
Oh, or we're going to stream it right here at this channel at one point. It's gonna go. We'll see what's up. You've already talked about Ghost Recon Wildlands, and I've already talked about my experience with it. It's fun,
I hate it.
Ish, but like it's not worth the $60 at the moment for me. I'll wait till the price goes down or something because it's not doing anything that other games haven't done in the past. It's just mashing them all together, and that's cool. But I mean, I see where how people could like it. It's basically MGS5 with 3 other people, essentially. Now, the only thing that differs from his list on my list is Pokemon Stadium, and for the past 4 nights, whenever the guys get home from work, we've been sitting down and building a team of 6 and playing Pokemon Stadium for like 3 or 4 hours, and it's pretty fucking good.
I wonder how hard that is if they were to make a Pokemon Stadium right now with all the Pokemon in it.
Here's what needs to happen. This is what my point is getting at. Is we need Pokemon Stadium Switch, Nintendo. We need it bad. Real bad.
Need it bad.
Or Pokemon Stars, that'd be fine too. As long as there's some type of multiplayer team building combat, that'd be cool. But I don't see that happening. At this point, I suppose we could go ahead and move on to Vidya mode if you'd like, Melo.
You don't want to talk about For Honor?
I could talk about For Honor if you'd like, but you already talked about it. Basically, I love this fucking game. And you know Alex Maynard? I work with him.
Yeah, you told me.
He's pretty good at this game. He's a very good warden, and while we can't play together because he's on a PS4 and I'm on a PC, he sat down here and he used the Xbox 360 controller, and he just destroyed kids, man. And it's good. It's so good.
That's saying a lot to be destroying people on PC with a controller.
That's just saying a lot. That's saying a lot. But I love For Honor. If you play For Honor, just add syntax to you play, and we'll play For Honor.
All right, we ready for video mode?
Yeah, I guess. Uh-oh, I'm having a problem.
Of course you are. We have a problem every week.
Yeah, at least one.
At least.
Nothing I can't fix.
I like how you're like, yeah, let me fix all these scenes really quick before.
Well, I didn't think to check this one, honestly.
You might just want to make that a rundown every
This
week.
one never desyncs, you know what I mean?
It did this week.
It just went to the wrong monitor.
Oh, okay.
And that's primarily because my monitors were fucking up earlier. We're good to go now. Well, that's 720p. Then my name's not Mo.
Okay, we good to go? Are we good to go?
We are good to go. I was reading chat. I'm sorry.
Spencer here, and today we're bringing you Horizon Zero Dawn.
Okay, more Horizon Zero Dawn gameplay.
Just some of the most beautiful
I'm gonna bump this up to 1080p.
in this game.
Go for it.
If you're a fan of The Witcher 3's beautiful landscapes, then you're going to find a lot to love in Horizon Zero Dawns. What place do you plan to explore first? Let us know in the comments section, and if you enjoyed this video, feel free to like,
this game looks
share,
really,
and
really,
subscribe for a
really
lot
good.
more.
Yeah, it does look really, really, really good, doesn't it?
Yes.
It just looks beautiful. Period.
Yeah. I mean, like, I don't know how large the world is, but hopefully it's sizable, because, like, a lot of those creatures are fucking huge.
Oh, they're massive, man. They are massive.
And you know there's herds of them as well. We gotta figure out a way to get the video on your end not to stutter.
I don't see stuttering on OBS.
It's stuttering on Twitch, but we'll fix it later.
It's probably because I'm running it at 1080.
I mean, well,
Wah! What are you, Waluigi?
it doesn't matter. We'll fix it eventually.
Well, the quality keeps changing as well because I'm streaming and watching a video at the same time.
Yeah.
And yes, Smitty, you're right, is they would heinously limit the available amount of Pokemon to choose from.
Oh yeah, they would. They would absolutely. Ooh, this looks good. I kind of like the green over the area. But I'm still psyched for this game.
I am too. Even though I don't have a PS4, I'll likely just watch you stream it and be hyped for the fact that it's happening.
Okay, you want to move on to the next video?
We can, but that's Horizon Zero Dawn, and it looks good.
Okay, so speaking of Horizon Zero Dawn, we have a full day-night cycle.
And I don't guess they're going to show any combat.
No, well, we might. I'm not sure. I mean, the combat's similar to Monster Hunter, pretty much.
Are they going to... They're time-lapsing it? Hell yeah.
Yeah. I was about to say, whoa, she's glitching out, but no, not really. Ooh, that red in the morning.
That's what I was saying.
And we also have a day-night cycle of the new Legend of Zelda. I kind of like how the fog acts, if you can see it in the background.
Yeah.
But it doesn't...
That's so pretty, dude.
If you notice her shadow on the ground, it really isn't moving. Or, yeah, it is. Never mind. Very slowly.
Yeah. It's getting out of frame now.
Yeah, I know. Ever since Skyrim, I can't get get it out of my head.
Me either. I'm just like, oh, mountains with snow on them, nothing fucking new.
Okay, so here's something we should all pay attention to.
Combat.
Horizon Zero Dawn review.
A review this early on?
Yep. The embargo probably quit. Or, got released. Okay, we get it.
A society with a foggy past and an uncertain future is one that is truly lost. And such is the reality for the denizens of the world of Horizon Zero Dawn. Roughly 1,000 years from today, tribal communities lead primitive lives, surrounded by mysterious high-tech fossils of the old ones. the fractured legacy of our real, actual world. The result of technological advancement.
Now, to be honest, they picked the best setting possible.
They
for
did.
this.
They really
It's the
did.
best setting.
Small animals like rabbits and boar still roam the wild, but they trot in the footsteps of imposing mechanical beasts that dominantly stride through dense jungles and lurk on snowy mountaintops. How the world ended up in disarray isn't clear at first, but Aloy, an orphan outcast who locates an advanced communications and
I like
analysis
how they
device,
name her Aloy from
holds the key to
Alloy.
unlocking these mysteries. Using her newfound tool, known as a focus, you can tap into techno artifacts and glean info about the past. While the full story of the world's downfall takes a while to unravel, the fascinating revelations you uncover more than make up for time spent navigating less than compelling tribal politics during the first half of the game.
What did you say?
Find your bed, outcast, and dream of winning the proving. That's the closest you're gonna get.
And thankfully, no matter where the story
Yeah, I
takes
know.
you,
What an
combat
ass.
deservedly owns the spotlight. The world's intricately crafted environments teem with electric beasts and warfaring cultists, and the pronounced excitement of
Now, one
controlling
thing I'd
Aloy
like
in the
to
midst
see
of
about this
rampaging
game,
enemies
like
is
in
a
this
near
game rather,
constant thrill.
is
This
like
excitement comes in
trophy
part due to
hunts in a
Aloy's
way, because
ability
this
to
technically
deftly
this
weave
is a
out of harm's
hunting
way
game
and
almost.
bound right
Yeah,
back into
there
action.
probably will be something
Her
along the
arsenal of
lines of
weapons and
trophy hunts.
ammunition are the special ingredients that give you the ability to topple Zero Dawn's massive robotic monsters. You start with a simple bow and arrow, but you eventually gain access to elementally charged bolts, slingshots that lob explosives, and an
God.
assortment of traps that can surprise
Yeah,
or
'cause
constrict unsuspecting enemies.
It reminds me a little bit of Monster
Dodge
Hunter
rolling
with the whole
between
trap
enemies, turning
system.
around and jumping to deliver a critical blow while drawing and aiming your bow in slow motion never gets old in Zero Dawn. There are no actual supernatural powers on display, unless you count the fact that Aloy's focus can pinpoint enemy weak points. But nevertheless, when the controls seep into your subconscious, heroic displays of cunning, might, and fearlessness lend Aloy a superhuman quality. Unfortunately, melee combat is far less effective. Your only options are to issue a light or heavy spear attack, and when fighting indoors, you're more likely to hit a wall than your intended target. But thankfully, you're never forced to use melee, and can always revert to fighting with a mix of evasive maneuvers and projectile
I
weapons.
wonder if like all the
Where you face
machines in
small
this
bipedal
game like
watchers and
mimic
approximations of horses and bulls at
animals.
the start,
It
you
seems that
eventually
way.
engage with rampaging armored
That's crocodile
crocodiles,
for sure.
jaguar
Yeah.
robots with
Fucking
cloaking
awesome.
devices,
Yeah, and
yes,
the bird
giant
next
enemy
to it,
crabs.
and crabs.
By the end of the game, you
You
can
got them
confidently
electro
roll into
crabs,
battle
Mel?
facing
That thing's a
towering metallic
T-Rex right
T-Rex,
there.
knowing full well that you are in control, despite your relatively diminutive stature.
This comes out in a few days also.
It really does, and I'm sure you're excited for this.
Yeah.
A well
And then like
placed
2
shot on
days
a body
later,
part that
the
glows through
Breath of the
Aloy's
Wild
focus
comes out.
can knock off
Yeah.
a piece of armor and expose a robot's
Yeah,
vulnerable
it
innards.
does.
It's also possible to disarm enemies and use their own weapons against them.
Which
Your
is
standard
cool.
weapons are effective enough, but nothing beats picking up and firing a massive laser cannon as a result of tactful aggression to finish off a fight.
I kind of like, even though they picked up the weapon, it's not doing too much
Where combat
damage.
is at
you
the
know?
forefront of
Like
Zero
it's
Dawn,
OP.
you also habitually gather any resource and reach as you travel from point A to point B. Plants and pieces of animals and robots alike
They did
are
really good
necessary
on the
for crafting
foliage.
Aloy's ammunition
Yeah.
and traps, upgrading item storage,
Very
and brewing
good,
health
actually.
potions. When it comes to making items, it's as simple as looking through a crafting menu and seeing what is or isn't available based on your inventory. On the other hand, selling items is a pain, as there's no way to sort your inventory at a store. For a game that manages to handle complex systems in real time with aplomb, it's odd to see something as basic as inventory management fall by the wayside. As you trek across Zero Dawn's map, you'll run into tribes and communities. Most are modest, just a few shacks, but a handful of miniature kingdoms offer sizable populations of merchants and quest givers. At best, typical side quests are vehicles that propel you into the far-reaching wild with some semblance of narrative motivation, but it's common to find the personality behind the mission far more interesting than the ultimate meaning of your objective.
I wasn't judging you. I was an outcast once.
With larger questions and destinies at play in the main quest, Zero Dawn's sub-stories simply can't compete. On a more positive note, you eventually come across alien-like constructs in the open world, and at the heart of each of these intricate, otherworldly dungeons is a machine that will give you the power to hack robotic animals. Some robots will simply fight on your side or leave you alone when
I kind of
you
really
allow
want
you
to
to ride on their
experience
backs.
that, controlling
Granted,
an
this option is
animal and
limited.
have them
No,
fight
you
for
cannot
me.
ride a giant
Yeah.
robot T-Rex, but it's the one argument for the game's stealth mechanics, as you can only hack a robot.
Plus,
by
I'd like to
sneaking
see
up
all
to it
the
without being
outfits that
noticed.
Aloy
The dueling
can
themes
have.
of nature and technology in Zero Dawn's open world are also embodied by Aloy. Her life begins as a member, albeit an outcast, of an isolationist tribe, but she's forever changed when she accepts technology into her life. Her focus device is the source of not only her abilities, but her connection to the world and its past. Her past. Aloy transforms in so many ways throughout her odyssey, and it's amazing to look back when it's all said and done. reflecting on not just the challenges you've overcome, but also on how much confidence and maturity Aloy's gained in the process. Zero Dawn is the first departure from the
that's
Killzone
gonna be
series
wild,
for developer
dude.
Guerrilla Games.
Yeah, I
And though
know.
you might think the team took a risk by stepping out of its FPS comfort zone to create a third-person
These
open
guys
world
make
action game,
Killzone. You know it's
you
gonna
never
be
know it was
good.
their first rodeo. For every
They make
minor
Killzone?
letdown, there's an element of greatness that recharges
Yeah.
your desire
I
to
didn't know
keep
it was the
fighting
same
and
team.
exploring.
Yep.
Guerrilla Games has delivered one of the best open world games of this generation, and redefined its team's reputation in the process.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with that. Well, I have a PS4, so I really can't pick it up later. But I will go to Miller's house and play it.
Yeah. So this got a 9 out of 10, so you know it's going to be good.
Oh, because we're listening to everything GameSpot says, are we?
Yeah.
Welcome to Press Start
Glad you caught the
Podcast.
sarcasm.
Today we're going to cover more GameSpot.
So you know that ukulele, the bat lizard platformer thing? Well, there's this character in the game called Rextra, right? And he's a dinosaur that runs an old school arcade. Yeah,
I really
don't
wanna
know
play
what he's
this
doing
game.
either. But he's got
Me
all
too.
these games you can unlock and play with your mates. So that's exactly what we did.
Carter's carting.
I am
So-
brilliant at karting.
I just want you to see
Mario.
one of the mini games that we have
Most of the exciting
available
moments
to
is
us.
racing.
There we go.
Is it the triggers?
Oh,
Oh,
Wait, I don't know what the buttons are.
go. And then X
That's
is-
not a button.
X is-
Definitely not the
X is shoot.
triggers. X is
What's happened to blue?
So,
I'm trying to work it
I don't know if this is
Where am
couch
I?
co-op, but it looks
Oh,
like couch co-op if anything.
Oh my god.
it looks like couch co-op, yeah.
Okay, so I
watch
only
out
brought
for
up
that.
this video because I couldn't find any screenshots of it. So, do you think the mini games in this game will be fun?
Probably. I mean, it looks like they put more effort into their mini games than most games do nowadays.
Yeah, that is true.
Considering they have a whole level based off of a character that runs a retro gaming arcade, you know, they have to. They don't really have a fucking choice.
Yeah, and big up,
considering-
you're right, because like it's only February, it's almost March, and I still got too many fucking games to play.
I only have one.
Anyway, let's move on to the next video. I just wanted to show that off. The kind of like I wasn't expecting it, you know.
Right.
Anyway, Battlefield 1 gameplay series, new game mode, Frontlines.
After the initial mobile war on the
Which I haven't
Western
played
Front,
Battlefield 1 in a
holding
while.
on to
I haven't played
captured
Battlefield
ground
1 since I
proved
had
to
the
be a
fucking
challenging
refunded.
task.
Thanks, EA.
Frontlines combines conquest and rush in a symmetrical head-on engagement, where the contested front line can move in
This
both
looks like it's going to
directions.
last for like half an hour to an hour
During
at
the
a time.
first phase, each side fight over a chain of objectives. Only one of the objectives is active at once. Conquering an objective allows that faction to advance closer to the enemy base. Once a faction
One thing I
loses
will
the
give
flag
Battlefield
objective
credit for
closest to their
is like
base,
if you play it on a
they will
map
have to defend
and
the
you
two
destroy the
telegraph
map
posts
slowly
inside
but
the
surely,
base.
that live map, like, you know, it
Artillery
changes
called
real
in from the
time. And
telegraphs
it's amazing.
can be used against the attackers.
I quite like Battlefield.
The phase ends when both telegraph posts have been destroyed, or when the attackers have run out of reinforcements. A failed
Yeah, it does
telegraph
remind me.
attack
Yeah,
will
I know what
revert to
mode
the
you're talking
initial
about,
flag
too.
objectives phase, where the
And you know, like, those
factions continue
modes
fighting for access
can
to
last
their bases.
forever.
The game ends when one faction has destroyed both enemy telegraph posts, or when the time runs out.
So this could take a while then.
Yeah.
They shall not pass. 2-week early access if you paid $180 for the game.
If you
But
pay $180
thanks,
for a
EA.
$60 game. Yeah, for real. I don't even know what video this is. Never mind, I remember.
Was it Neo?
I forgot again.
Damn it, Mello. How do you... yeah, I know it is. Never mind. Yeah, I know it is. Never mind. Yeah, I know it is. Never mind.
Okay, yeah, now I know what it is. I'll look at it.
Never mind.
If you're a fan of Final Fantasy, you'll know.
Is this Final Fantasy World, dude?
No.
No. Dan just picked that up and he's super stoked about it.
This is Final Fantasy 14, the Stormblood trailer.
Okay, yeah.
Unless the Final Fantasy 14 is online. I'm not very sure, though.
It is. Why is Square Enix so wonderful at animating?
I don't know.
Why are they just so fucking good at animating things? There's some wild shit going on right now, Mello.
I mean, I don't know what this is really telling me about the game, but alright.
I think these are new classes.
Possibly. Maybe, I don't know. I don't play the
Like
game.
a monk-like class.
Possibly.
Oh shit, son.
God damn.
That was awesome.
And he caught the fucking punk. So she.
This is Dragon Ball Z shit happening right now.
Yeah,
mate.
for real. Oh, they're just chilling, fighting on top of a giant fist, and it's going to end up falling on the townspeople, killing little Billy. I don't understand this fucking trailer.
Yes, you can buy replacement gamepads for the Wii U, but they are heinously fucking expensive.
Yeah, they are. Ridiculously so, rather. I'm still kind of pissed that when they released the Wii U, you couldn't have a friend bring over his gamepad and use it.
Yeah, I was too.
I hope, like, the Switch seems to remedy that problem.
It does remedy that problem entirely. Two Switches could have 4 players, you know?
Yeah. Or 2 pads, rather, could have 4 players. Man, I wish I knew what the fuck I was looking at.
You're looking at Final Fantasy XIV's new expansion.
Stormblood. Okay, we're gonna move on to the next
And
one.
these are likely new locations and possibly new
Okay, so
classes.
here's something I'm a little pissed about.
If you were looking forward to exploring the Switch's virtual console on launch
It's
day,
not a launch,
then I've
yeah.
got some disappointing news. I'm Tony.
It's not
This
what?
is a GameSpot
It's not available
news
on launch,
update,
yeah, I know.
and if you
Yeah,
wanna
yeah, it's
know as
bullshit.
soon as the virtual
It's kind of
console
bullshit, yeah.
does go live,
But I think
be
they're going to
sure
overhaul.
subscribe.
I think they're working on overhauling the virtual console. I'll tell you why here in a minute after this video.
Saying the virtual console
Oh,
will
well,
not
I
be
mean, fuck, we already know the
available
news.
day one on
Like,
Switch.
is there any word on getting GameCube games on the Switch?
So here's exactly why I think they're withholding virtual console. Because they are going to associate your previous purchases with your Nintendo account now, and the new virtual console will allow you to download games you've already bought, and it will likely allow you to emulate GameCube games as well. That's probably why they're withholding it.
Okay.
And you know, I will probably be able to download my entire Wii U library and the few games I've bought for the 64 on the Wii U onto my Switch, and I'll have a whole game library whenever it goes live. So I'm kind of okay that they're withholding this because I think that they're working out all the kinks and making it work proper. Nintendo lately has been holding things off. You know, they've been like pushing things back for the sake of it, for the sake of it being better, I should say.
Yeah.
Look at Breath of the Wild and the Switch, for example. How long did that shit get held off before we finally seen it and it's smooth? Also,
Yeah, that is true.
Also, at the end of this discussion, Smitty, remind me to bring up the left Joy-Con issue, okay? At the end of this video.
Well, just go ahead and talk about it now.
I want to talk about it during discussion.
With the left Joy-Con issue.
I'll go ahead and say the people are thinking that the left Joy-Con is desyncing, okay, from the Switch when they're playing it. Like, say you're just holding the 2 Joy-Cons without the grip.
Yeah.
Okay, so the thing is, they're saying that the left analog stick will sometimes they think it's desyncing.
Both Joy-Cons, apparently.
They're not actually desyncing. Andre Seegers of Game Explain realized that these Joy-Cons run on Bluetooth 2.0, and it's not wireless interference like everybody thought it was. It's actually something is in the way. Something bulky is in the way between the Joy-Con and the Switch, like something very bulky. Like another human being, for example, would cause it to act up because Bluetooth can't go between, of course, a biological substance. So the issue here is people are like, it's desyncing. It's not desyncing. You just have something very bulky in between the Joy-Con and the Switch because it's running on Bluetooth. That's the only issue. That's the whole thing. Don't freak out. Just move whatever's in front of you. You know, just
don't freak out, says the fanboy.
Don't freak out. Don't freak out.
Okay, next video. Did anybody play Prey on the Xbox 360?
No, wait, maybe. Was it ass?
Yes.
Yeah, I played it. It was ass.
Why are people wanting a sequel so badly?
Because Bethesda. There's your answer.
I guess. Apparently you can control objects or something.
I mean, I've been able to do this since goddamn Gmod. What's so special about it?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Have you ever played Prop Hunt?
Yep.
Yeah, see what I'm saying?
But like, I just don't understand like why people.
Apparently,
like,
you
care
can transfer
about this
your
fucking
essence
game.
into those objects.
Like, why do people want a sequel to that game? It was such garbage. It was nothing to write home about, and people want a sequel to it. I don't get it.
Me either. But apparently, you can become an item, become an object, and then just pop out of it and blow someone's fucking skull off.
Or copy it, apparently.
Oh, so now we're playing Ditto, huh?
Yeah, you're pretty much Ditto. There's a banana for scale.
Bethany Esda.
Yep.
People thought that the original Prey 2 idea looked really good, and I think that hyped
Yeah,
the idea.
yeah, he's probably right. They probably just hyped the idea up, and now that we actually have a Prey 2, that's probably not very similar to what people saw back.
Likely
way
so.
back then.
I do remember playing Prey. Me and Dylan just got hot off some Elder Scrolls, you know. We got done playing Fallout 3 at one point, and we popped in Prey, and we were like, what was Bethesda fucking doing, mate?
Okay, so here's an official.
In my years fighting crime, I've learned one truth. That every villain is the hero of his own story.
First story trailer of Injustice 2.
You're better than this, Clark.
That's the problem with fighting for truth and justice. The battle never ends.
When does it stop?
When there's no more crime. We are at war with these animals.
I won't hurt you unless I have to.
I'm gonna have to, Cyborg.
Hope isn't enough to save the world.
None of us wanted this.
You're either with me or against me.
So obviously they're like, I don't know if this is playing off Injustice 1.
It's only a matter of time.
I'll try to make it painless.
The
regime will rise. So yeah, it's playing off of Injustice 1, which pretty much means Superman's the bad guy again.
Harley Quinn.
Does anybody else think it's bullshit that's a pre-order incentive in order to get Darkseid?
Yeah. I think it's
That's
bullshit to have pre-order incentive to get anything exclusive.
Like, that's an entire character they're locking off.
You're ripping off parts of your game. You're ripping content out of your game just so you can sell them pre-orders.
Yeah.
That way you can guarantee $60.
Okay, so let's watch a video I think everybody will enjoy.
Hell yeah.
Hello IGN, I'm Jose Otero. This is Nintendo Switch.
I've seen this unboxed so many fucking times.
Really?
I've seen it unboxed like 6
It is
times.
all about taking your Switch outside.
I can unbox
Just a
it with my eyes
reminder
closed.
of 2 players and being able to share the system, and finally here a panel that also sort of sums up the portability of it all. Now we're going to open this thing up and just give you the first look on the inside of the box. Nintendo loves to do with some of its products. If you remember Wii U, this was a thing. Sort of shelves for each piece. So up front, you got your console, you got your Joy-Cons right there. We're gonna take that shelf
It's crazy
off,
to think that that's
and
the
underneath,
console.
You have some products.
Yeah, I know. That's the whole console. There's a console on this
You
flat
have
box that's this
what
fucking
appears to
thick,
be
you
your
know.
AC adapter and your HDMI back here, along with a Joy-Con.
The dock's in the back
somewhere.
right.
Actually, that's Joy-Con. All right, let's start by opening up the dock. We're gonna save
Told you.
the best for last. Right here. So the dock, the idea being that you are basically gonna hook this thing up to your television using an AC adapter, a USB Type-C, excuse me, and you'll basically just slide it into this dock and be able to output it to your television. Now, quickly going around it, you've
Look
got
at that,
2
dude.
USB
There's
slots
the
right
console.
here. You've also got a panel on the back where you'll be able to plug in your HDMI, your USB, again standard USB.
What's your USB
and,
used
your
for?
AC adapter, which is
Say
actually,
you have like
again,
a external hard drive or the GameCube adapter, what have you.
Okay.
Right.
I am too,
Next,
Smitty. I'm so happy
we
there's no
have
power brick for the dock.
the Joy-Con grip. Now this is where you will slide your controllers into. So if you have your console dock, you'll be able to use this.
God,
take
man,
the 2
I'm
pieces
wanting
off the
it.
controller,
It's
put them
sexy
inside
looking
of
in it,
this,
dude. Look at that
and
neon.
will be,
Yeah.
your home
I got the
console
gray
controller.
version. That's what the
Part
one
of
I
the
wanted.
big
If I
feature
ever
for
get
this
to pick
system
up a
is
Switch, I'm gonna try to get the
portability.
neon
You
one.
can swap between the 2.
Like I
being
kind of
systems
want
that you're basically playing
Splatoon
for
themed
everything. Here we
Joy-Cons.
have, this
Yeah.
is the Joy-Con strap. Really cool detail
Those would be
about
neat.
these is that they go
Breath of
on
the Wild
either
themed
Joy-Con,
anything
and
would be
we'll
neat
demonstrate
too.
that a little later. But this is essentially a strap to add a little
He,
bit of
Big Gulp
height
says he
so
opened that box and the calming wave of light enveloped me.
one on the side,
That was my
one
initial reaction as
back.
well whenever I first seen
Over
it
here
done.
You got your HDMI. You've seen plenty of these. And over here, you have your AC adapter. Now notice
there's no power
the
brick,
design on
but
this
there
thing
is.
Is that basically all the weight is at the plug?
Exactly, like the old Nintendo consoles.
That's a big fucking plug.
Those are like the old Nintendo consoles. The
Why
brick
can't
is...
they build that shit into the dock?
So we're good.
Stop being a bitch, Mello.
Stop being a fanboy, Mo.
Well, I'm just saying, it's better than having those big ass chunky bricks we have on consoles nowadays.
I'd
Midway
rather
through the
have
cord.
I'd rather it be in the middle of the cord. That way I can decide where I want to put the brick instead of the brick being on the outlet where I can't manage it.
And you'll see here.
Mello, if you can't manage a brick on an outlet, you got problems,
very
mate.
tiny controllers. They have.
Well, when you have a fucking surge protector like I do, that's inhabited by like 30 other things.
You are an electrical issue.
For regular gameplay.
I'm a house fire waiting to happen.
You are a hazard, walking, talking, electrical hazard.
On the left, on the right, you have a home button. And then you
The
have
D-pad looks like the
plus,
C
which
buttons
has
to
been
me,
working as the start
which is
select,
cool.
as you
It's
remember.
nice harking back to the N64.
So we're just gonna slide these, put these down. Take the console
Little
out
throwback.
for a
Part of me wants him
Before
to
we
drop
put in the
it,
console,
just
let's
to be
show you what
just
Every
it
time-
does in the actual Joy-Con grip. So there's
Smitty
a
says
rail
he also
right
has a
here.
fire waiting to
You
happen
would
with
just
cords
line
everywhere.
this up like so. Slide it down.
All you can
Every-
hear click.
Satisfying click.
Listen, whenever you
notice
slide
some
on the
lights
Joy-Cons
blink
to the
up,
side of the
that's because
Switch,
we're
it'll
looking
make
for
the Switch noise.
two.
It'll make
In most
the
cases,
you know what I'm saying?
these haven't been charged,
Yeah.
So we're all right. And here's what your
That's such a
controller looks
satisfying
like.
click,
this
though.
Is what you will use if you decide to take the controllers off the sides and basically use the grip as a standard controller.
Which I will be doing a lot
The
of.
buttons are roughly the size of what you know your 3DS face buttons to be like. D-pad takes some getting used to because if you're a traditionalist like me, you know that a full D-pad is preferred over a split D-pad. No retro games so far have been announced or shown for Nintendo Switch, so we'll have to get back to you on how that feels. Now for the console. So
That's
this
the
is
console.
The unit itself.
Yeah, I
This
know,
is
for
what
the
you
now
came
for the
to see.
console.
So
This is
fucking
the entire
weird.
guts
Now
of
for the
system
console.
is pretty much this right here. So you've got a cooling vent at the top. You
That's
have
the
your game
console.
card
Yeah, I
slot
know, it's great, isn't it?
for your game card, as they call it. And you have a headphone jack. You have volume, plus and minus, and you have a power button. Then on the bottom, you have your USB-C. And then on the right over here, you have what functions as a kickstand.
I would
and
prefer
also
two
a
of
slot
those.
For your micro SD cards. It takes a variety
Yeah, I see how
of
you feel that
micro SD
way,
cards.
but
I
it
believe
doesn't
there's
weigh
high
a whole lot.
capacity, There's extra high capacity, so check your listings. And that's what it looks like.
It
with
does
the
look pretty
kickstand
naked
up.
without the
Here's your
Joy-Cons.
Controllers out. You can sort of play this way, except you face the screen to you.
Really,
let's
don't
test these
say.
controllers
No,
out.
Face the screen to you.
Usually whenever I play video games, I like to turn the TV completely around.
I usually play my games by looking at a mirror.
Yeah.
So you'll notice it's really wide. It's also very thin. And when you want to dock it to your television, it very easily just slides right in, just holds into place, and you're good to go. Now, of course, you can then. rip off
Smitty
the
says he plays
controllers,
his video
play
games
this
while
way, or You
blindfolded.
can just take them off and play with them individually.
Is he a
The
speedrunner
last thing
too?
we need to do with these Joy-Con though for you is to show you what they look like with the Joy-Con strap on. So the strap is an accessory.
I like to play
Every
guessing games
single
when I play
Switch system
games.
comes with two. And
Big
the way they
call.
set it up again,
Adds
is
another layer
plus,
of
or
gaming.
they're reversible. You can put minus to minus, like so. So
Oh, you don't
just
say.
Slide that onto the same rail.
This
do
guy
everything else
is the
with,
true meta.
And then you click in this button to lock them in, so that they don't go flying out. I've had that happen to me. It's not a very
Only
good
20
Ocarina
hours
of-
you're a
Always
fucking
lock it
scrub.
in the strap.
Ocarina of Time
pro
blindfolded
tip.
20 hours.
And here's the second one. And you'll notice that, actually, let's take one of them, let's keep one of them off so you can see the difference immediately.
I feel like he
doesn't
just
know what he's
broke it.
doing.
I
I
feel like
thought
he
he
just
was
broke
right
it. Like that sound it just made me cringe.
Extra room
And I hate to use
really
that fucking
helps
word. I
make it
really
more
do.
comfortable.
But it made me
Be
feel bad on the
surprised
inside.
Just how much better they feel as a full functioning controller.
Dude, this comes
Again,
out
the
in a
idea
few
is to have
days.
Controllers, play with a friend, pass one.
Dude,
two.
next
This
Friday.
is only the start of
Next
IGN's
Friday.
Nintendo Switch coverage. So for
I got mine on
everything
pre-order.
Nintendo,
I gotta go. Nathan and Sean is having a fucking Switch party, dude.
Where everybody plays 1-2 Switch and gets tired of it within the same hour.
This is great. This is.
Okay, well,
guys,
I
thank
got.
you for watching this video.
First of
We've been
all, first of all. This is how to make a Mii on the Nintendo Switch. I thought we were getting, or not we, they were getting rid of the Miiverse on the Switch. We covered that.
I don't think they're getting rid of the Miiverse. Yeah, they are getting rid of the Miiverse, but the Mii function still exists for various
Okay, I
social
was
aspects within within.
I was wondering because, like, if they're going to get rid of the Miiverse, why have Mii's around? Like, that really confused me.
I think they're either going to replace the Miiverse with something a little more robust, or the Mii's will now just become a secondary part of the Nintendo social experience.
You remember back in Xbox 360 days when it had its first big update with the whole avatars?
Yeah.
I hope they do a similar system like that. Because, like, the Mii system now just kind of sucks.
It feels forced. It really does. But now, what I've seen, I watched somebody boot up a Switch and do the first time setup. You can make an account without even having to make a fucking Mii.
Yeah, but come on, you gotta make a Mii.
You gotta make a Mii.
You gotta make a Mii. It's like...
There's a whole lot more options now when you're making a Mii, at least that I've seen.
Like, if you don't make a Mii on a Nintendo product, it's like playing Skyrim and not really creating your own character.
It's like playing Skyrim and hitting the random character button.
Yeah, like that's... Yeah. Anyway.
With the Nintendo Switch lately and have gameplay of 1-2 Switch as well as the UI for the console on our YouTube channel. We're going to take a look at Mii Creation this time, but before we get into that, remember to hit the like button if you enjoy the video.
I'm not hitting anything,
if you
bitch.
want to see more Nintendo Switch
Make
content.
sure you hit the like button
like,
if
favorite,
you've
comment,
enjoyed the video. I'm not talking about the GameSpot video. I'm talking about ours.
About the one that matters.
This is the one that matters, where we cover... Welcome back to the Press Start Podcast. Today we're going to silently cover Mii Creation while someone else makes the Mii's.
You know what? I thought this video was going to be a little bit better, but apparently not. I'm just going to skip it. I'm going to skip around in it. Yeah, pretty much traditional Mii Creation bullshit.
But there's a whole lot more options, it would seem.
Yeah, you'll find out if you ever get a Switch. Okay, next video.
Like, favorite, comment, subscribe, click the link in the description or in the video, donate to my Patreon.
Mass Effect Andromeda on PC? Then boy, do I have some news for you. EA has revealed
if you like coverage of
recommended
GameSpot,
specs for the
sure
spacefaring RPG.
Comment, subscribe, and check out a Patreon.
Be sure to follow us on Twitter for the latest news that you already know about.
So you'll be the first to see all of our upcoming Mass Effect coverage. The minimum specs aren't particularly demanding, only calling for a 2GB GTX 660 or Radeon
really demanding, but require 8 gigs of RAM.
8 GB of RAM
8 gigs of
and
RAM is not a big thing
3570
now.
or FX 6350. The recommended experience, on the other hand, needs at least a GTX 1060
16 gigs
or
of
RX
RAM.
What the fuck?
With 16 gigabytes of RAM and an i7 4790 or FX 8350.
16 gigs of RAM recommended?
Unfortunately, EA didn't specify
what are we
level
playing
of quality,
here?
frame rate, or resolution these specs are for, which is what Ubisoft has done with its past couple of games.
I'll honestly probably play this on console.
Mass Effect Andromeda releases for PS4, Xbox One, and PC on March 21st.
God, this
multiplayer
month
beta is
March
expected
2?
to launch at some point
March
before
is
then,
fucked.
which may give you the opportunity to
It
test
really
it out
is.
and see
It
how
really
it runs
is.
on
The end of
system.
February and the entirety of
We'll
March
keep
is
you
fucked.
updated on when that beta goes live. but for now,
Horizon
check out our
Zero
preview
Dawn
of
comes out, I'm gonna try to
Andromeda, which
beat
left us
it
conflicted
as
and
fast
worried
as
about the
possible.
full
That way I
game.
can fucking play Legends of Zelda.
I would, yeah, and if you get Zelda before you beat Horizon Zero Dawn, I recommend you put Horizon Zero Dawn in the fucking dirt for a minute, mate.
Are you gonna play Mass Effect Andromeda on
No.
PC? Then boy, do I have some news for
what the
you.
fuck?
That's the same
EA has
video,
revealed
man.
the minimum.
Good job.
No,
Good.
no.
You're doing the best job.
Yep, that was my fault. Actually,
You were doing
my bad.
You're the best curator of video content on this channel. Hey, everybody.
Have you wanted an alternative
I don't
to
like
EA's
this guy's
NHL
voice.
series? One where it was a bit more like NHL 94 on the Genesis and SNES? Well, you're about to get what you want, as an M-rated arcade hockey game is set to hit PS4 and PC in March. I'm Matt. This is a GameSpot news update.
This is a rated
and
M
make sure to like
hockey
and
game.
subscribe for more coverage of the good old hockey
Why are you
game.
skipping out on Andromeda?
Old Time Hockey is an arcade hockey game set in a 1970s bush league. Most players don't wear helmets, and there are a ton of fights. And if you've played hockey games on a 16-bit console, then it'll look intimately familiar.
Why is it rated M?
It features several different
I
control
suppose
options,
because there's going to be
including a more modern
violence.
style,
Blood.
Did you see that guy
yeah.
get beat half to
and
death with a
beer
fucking
mode,
hockey
which
stick?
lets you
Why
play
is
with
it
one
rated
hand for
mature?
obvious reasons.
I've seen kids
On
do
top of all
that.
that, you can play the game in local co-op or competitive multiplayer. But unfortunately,
saying?
there is no online mode.
No online mode
what the
for this
fuck?
game. Okay.
Old Time Hockey releases for PS4 and PC on March 28th.
Well, look at all
The
three
arcade
people
sports
going
game
to
is
buy
set to
this
hit the
game,
Xbox One
and
sometime
they all live
between
in
April and
Canada.
I
While a
say
Nintendo
that
Switch
the amount of
version is
people
coming
that
at a
will
later
purchase this
date.
game
We'll report
will
back when
all
those
be
dates are
Canadians, no
revealed,
offense
but if you want
Canadians.
more sports action
You guys
right
like your
now,
hockey,
check
I
out our
understand.
feature walkthrough of MLB The Show
And
17.
there will be about as many people buy this game as there can be on both teams. I'll probably pick it up in like a year though.
Yeah, when it goes on sale for like 50 cents on Steam.
Just run up the guy and whack his head off.
Okay, so here's the combat everybody was asking for earlier. So yeah, there's stamina management. This guy's only running 3 hearts.
He's a hero. Like, comment, subscribe, and donate to a Patreon if you want to see me do a 3-heart run of this game.
You don't even have a donate button set up, Mo, so shut the fuck up.
That was a joke.
I know.
That was the whole fucking joke, Mello. God, he's just... I love it.
Poking
Nobushi.
his ass.
Nobushi as fuck.
Nabushi.
3-heart death. 3-heart no death speedrun. Will do, Smitty.
100% too.
No. No. Speedruns are going to take days.
No.
It's like, yeah,
for 100%, yeah, but like just for like straight.
The completionist is fucked.
Oh,
he's fucked.
He's like, yeah, guys, I won't see you until September.
Yeah, like I beat it 2018. I finished it. Stick only run. 3 hearts, stick only, 100%.
No food.
Less than 19 minutes.
You can only eat what's been force fed to you.
Did you see him hit the rock?
Yeah, what hope does Ganon have against a tree branch?
What hope does Ganon have against a tree branch?
Now, like some of the weapons, like I hope like they're like crazy awesome looking.
They are.
Also, where this is in the downfall timeline, do you think the Master Sword's in here somewhere?
It is in here. We know it's in here for a fact. We just don't know what role it's going to play.
I wonder
also, there are more weapons.
Oh my god,
than,
you just shot out of the air.
There are way more weapons than you think, and some of them do look awesome because I accidentally seen leaked icons of all the weapons in the game, and very quickly just
you accidentally
and I've never all F4'd so fucking fast in my life, mate.
So what do you think the deal is? Like, obviously Ganon's doing something in the castle.
Yeah, he's corrupted everything. He corrupted everything like 100 years ago.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. Yeah, like, I know what you're saying. I don't want to talk too much about it because it's so close.
What are those orange pillars?
Those are the, I forget the name. They're like these, they're fast travel points, basically. That you got to climb up and activate.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
May contain spoilers. He's being a dick again.
Hey, here's a spoiler. There's a day and night cycle and weather.
Yeah, and Zelda fanboys would be like, "Oh my god, I can't believe he's showing us this axe and this shield."
See that hood he's got on? Yeah, you can wear that in the game. And those boots, yeah, you get those in the dungeon.
They're all like,
oh my god.
Yeah, they freak out. They're like, "Oh my god, I can't believe he's showing us this shield and this axe." Really, guys? God damn you, Mello. Dark Brotherhood confirmed. Hell yeah.
But I really want to see like all the suits of armor and stuff.
I
really want it, like not armor, but you know all the different sets. Of
you can dye stuff, colors that you want it to be.
That's cool.
Yeah. I don't want to say too much because I know too much.
I mean, like I want to see all these armors and stuff, but everybody knows I'm just gonna be wearing that Nintendo Switch shirt.
Please don't. Please, if you want to have any type of immersive experience, please don't fucking put that thing on. I recommend you discard it the moment you pull it out of the chest. Personally.
I don't even have the season pass, but I'll probably end up getting it. Also, hold on. Like, this is... Oh, fuck, I can't pause it in time. But, like, at the bottom right, it looked like he was holding the Sheikah Slate in the way that you would hold a Switch.
Started noticing things that we've never seen.
Yeah, he does. He'll like folds out like it's right here.
To expect. Hey, look, we found an Octorok.
What the fuck's an Octorok? Oh, one of those things. I didn't know those were called Octoroks.
Oh no, we caught on fire.
Oh my god, dude, shut the fuck up.
It's lit.
It's lit.
It's
Hey,
lit.
look! Lizalfos can swim!
The Zolfos?
Since fucking when can they swim, mate?
Well, apparently now they can.
Heart containers and extra stamina are granted from the goddess statues in exchange for 4
Stop! Stop it! Stop it! Stop it! Stop it!
Why?
I didn't know that. I didn't want to know that.
Well, too bad.
Every several days, a blood moon appears, resurrecting enemies that you've already killed.
Stop it, Mello! Stop it!
Oh, look, there are flying guardians.
my God.
Stop it!
No, not stop
You're ruining
Some
everything.
resurrection towers are really well guarded.
Oh,
Every
no.
region has its own flora and fauna, like durians found in the jungles of Faron.
Faron Woods.
Enemies can be struck by lightning too if they will.
That was actually a spoiler, Mello.
Whoa,
You
sorry,
fucking
buddy.
prick.
The boomerang is now an ordinary breakable weapon. You can throw it, but you have to catch it when it comes back.
Oh,
to
I
you.
like that.
Awesome.
These
Cool.
are just some of the exciting things we've.
These are just some of the exciting
What kind of things
spoilers.
are you looking forward to finding? Let us know
Fuck.
in the comments below. And for more Zelda and Switch footage like the unboxing of the console itself,
Yeah.
a full day and night time lapse, and a really awesome combat montage. Like, seriously, it's awesome. Then head on over to IGN.
Oh my God.
God damn it.
So that
Hi, everyone.
was
Spencer.
the last video.
Good, man. Say the best for last.
Damn right.
Take us in discussion mode. We can. Oh, man. How about
Oh
that?
man, gliding spoils now.
How about that blood moon, though? That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, like, oh, let me fix that real quick. But, you know. I like how all the links are on the left side of the screen.
Oh, they are. I didn't know what to put in the right side of the screen, but it's okay.
As fuck it, it doesn't matter.
We also have an outro now at the end of this, so whenever the
Oh, yeah, I
whenever the
forgot
show
about
is
that.
over, we have like a good 10-second outro now, as opposed to just saying, you know.
Okay. So, Mo, you want to explain to the audience why story mode wasn't ready?
What did I say? What did I say the problem was?
I forgot.
Oh, okay. There's a whole bunch of other stuff that I wanted to do for the show. But the reason I didn't get to it was because I'm just putting some polish on it, on the show itself, before we start adding more stuff to it. Allie. So, like, you seen the animated thing for the pre-show and the intro that you guys seen, and there's an outro too. It's nowhere near as fancy, it's just some text, but it's there. What I'm doing is I'm trying to put polish on every little segment before we start adding more segments, because once we start adding shit on top of shit, it gets really convoluted for me to control the flow of from OBS Studio. In story mode, I've changed my mind about how it's going to go about 6 times now, but I got an episode done, and it probably will air next week, most likely.
Yes, what you said last week.
It will. It's what I've said for the past 2 weeks. It'll air next week. It will air next week, and it might be a little longer than a minute.
I mean,
which would incentivize you to come to the pre-show before the show actually starts.
Yeah. Thus far, this will probably be our shortest show ever. It's only lasted like an hour and 15 minutes
It's
so
an
far.
hour and a half.
No, an hour and 15. Remember, we had 15 minutes of pre-show.
Yeah, we've been live for an hour and a half total. An hour and 31 minutes. It is a short show. There wasn't a whole lot to cover aside from those goddamn spoilers.
Yeah, I mean, I can go look for some more if you want.
Oh, it's fine. I don't want any more of those.
Anything that the audience wants us to talk about right now for the pre-show to kind of extend, like, artificially inflate the time?
There might be more hope with Breath of the Wild after all. How do you figure, Big Gulp? I'll take anything.
You'll take anything.
I will take anything.
But any games you're looking forward to, Mo, besides Breath of the Wild?
No.
Come on, there's got to be something.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to Ukulele and
probably what we've been playing is all the game slots are going to be filled with Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, mine will all three be Breath of the Wild.
Mine will be Breath of the Wild, Horizon Zero Dawn, and probably For Honor. No joke.
All 3 of mine are going to say Breath of the Wild. I have a limited amount of money to spend and a cheaper Wii to buy. Understandable. Completely understandable. I'm most likely going to end up getting Breath of the Wild on the Wii U because I probably likely will not be able to afford a Switch, and even if I could, I will not be able to find one.
Man, you gotta get a Switch.
I know I need to get a Switch, but it's not that easy.
Also, I don't think we've said this ever. I think we need to make this a post-show thing. We down below, if you click our portraits, you have our Twitch channels. If you want to follow us there, that'd be cool. That way, when at least I go live with Breath of the Wild,
Now
you can
listen,
watch live.
I don't care how many people are in this fucking living room. I don't care what kind of ruckus is going on. I'm streaming that game. Okay, it doesn't matter.
You say that.
No, I'm saying that and I'm meaning it, mate. Okay. But yeah, if you plan on getting the Wii U version of Breath of the Wild, and if you plan on downloading it, make at least sure that you have an additional hard drive, because it's going to be 32 gigabytes and a mandatory 3 gigabyte install after that.
Yeah, but my favorite Resident Evil is the first one, the HD remaster on Steam. I just got done playing it. I like it because there's just a lot going on.
Of what?
It's just Resident. Like, I mean, I guess.
Oh
it's
yeah, the very
original.
first
It's just
Evil.
like there's a lot. It opens up kind of like Dark Souls does. It just goes.
It does go on for. It took me and Ben 2 weeks to beat that game, non-stop playing. Honestly, we didn't. I'd never beat it before.
But yeah, Derek's playing through Resident Evil 7 right now. I don't think he's beat it yet.
I've completed Resident Evil 7 on normal and Madhouse, and I want to do a knife-only run on mine at Madhouse, but I'm not quite that insane.
You're not quite that insane.
The thing about Resident Evil 7 is they did such a good job, but I'm scared for the first major DLC, the Chris Redfield DLC, because I feel like they're going to take everything they did and toss it out the window. And Chris mode is hard mode.
Oh, okay.
And played through RE7 entirely in VR. I would like to do that. Yeah, Chris has more key management. Jill has a lockpick, if I recall correctly. But my favorite Resident Evil is the first one, for sure, no doubt about it.
Yeah,
Or
for
2,
sure.
or 2. Yeah, there's free DLC coming for 7 featuring Chris Redfield, and what gets me is that helicopter that Chris came on was an Umbrella helicopter. If it is indeed Chris Redfield, why is he an Umbrella helicopter, first of all? And second of all, I'm very afraid that they're going to unravel all the good shit they did by making this a side story about the people that's happening in Resident Evil 7, as opposed to like their main protagonists like Chris and Jill and Leon and yada yada. But now they're putting Chris in it with that free DLC, and I'm afraid they're just going to unravel all the good that they did by giving us a side story, you know.
Okay.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm going to.
we'll see how it goes.
No spoilers, but there is a Chris thing that happens at the end of the game where it pops up. It says "Not a Hero" DLC, and you'd probably seen it all over the internet. That's free DLC.
Also, another question I'd like to ask the audience: is there any ways we can improve this show? Because me and Mo brainstorm every day.
And some of the things we talk about never make it past the brainstorming part because I work full-time, Melo works full-time, and we've only got so much.
A lot of the stuff is like that we talk about is for stuff on the YouTube channel,
Which
but
we
I don't have editing software anymore,
and I never have time to use the editing software I have.
And so a lot of it is focused on the show.
Yeah, most of our focus is on the show, so I've done everything I can to, at least in this episode, make it shinier, I suppose.
Yeah.
But yeah, Smitty, I agree that the old characters in the series need to just go. Guest features and other live input would be cool. We've talked
toyed
about
with the idea.
We've toyed with the idea.
I think I might try to get the ball rolling on that because Mo hates early access. I was thinking about getting an early access developer on the show.
I promise I won't say anything mean.
But that'll give a chance for the audience to ask, because again, this show's about you guys, to entertain you. If you want to ask questions, that's really it. But actually, I'm gonna go ahead and get the ball rolling on that, and just find an early access game that I enjoy, and probably try to get someone in here to talk for at least maybe 10-20 minutes.
Yeah. Would that be during post show, or would we make
it'll
a section for it?
It'll be before the article section.
Yeah.
That way, in case they want to go, they can just go.
Yeah.
That way we don't end up wasting 2 hours of their time.
Casper, I'm glad you waited till this podcast was over before you started bitching back there, bud. But yeah, there's favorite game soundtracks. We should add that on to what we've been playing. Maybe tag it on.
Actually, you know what we could do is probably
Ace Attorney 1010 best soundtrack.
We could probably what you could do is like we can get a playlist of all our favorite game soundtracks, and we can link it below, and we can just have that playing through the article segment at random. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, we could, but that in turn would cause like a massive problem with
copyright. Yeah, but if you play it so low, it doesn't matter.
Right.
And then plus, I can fight it.
If you play it so low, it doesn't matter. How's that?
Well, YouTube doesn't detect it.
If it's
and
the
plus,
volume's low enough?
Yeah, I can. Trust me, I've been on YouTube. I can argue it pretty well.
Argue it with fucking Nintendo. How dare you?
I mean, Nintendo, you can't win. Period.
No, you can't.
Nobody.
Either you join the partner program or you.
Yeah.
Just stop.
But yeah, that's probably our only option. Other than that, I mean, like the reason I'm going to be targeting early access developers is because we only got like 21 followers on Twitch and 20 on YouTube, I think.
Something like that.
20 subscribers on YouTube, so we're not that big, but hey, we can at least try to get some people to watch.
A lighthearted debate section.
No,
you'll never find such a thing on Mellow.
Actually, the beef.
We do have a thing that we're working on called the beef, and he specifically wanted to call it the beef.
Yeah.
The beef.
So we could. See, that's the thing, Big Gulp. Like me and Mo, we used to like argue and bitch at each other over just every gaming topic, and since we started the show, it's like, oh yeah, I agree.
It's really hard to disagree whenever the thing you primarily talk about is the same bullshit that developers do over and over again.
Yeah.
Early access, DLC,
green light,
pre-order, green light, exclusives, yada yada yada.
Yeah.
It's hard to not agree whenever you're just watching people be assholes.
But me and Mo have toyed around with some other ideas, and we've tried to get. We might have to do the one thing I told you about last week when I messaged those high-profile guys.
Did they ever reply, by the way?
No, they
figured
didn't.
They fucking did. Like, hey, we got 21 followers. Want to come on the show?
First of all, I didn't tell them how many followers we had.
Not even worth reading, mate. I really wanted Rich to come on here.
Yeah, so he can talk about his new setup.
What is it? He talks about his new setup every week, dude.
Yeah,
every week he's got a new video coming out. Yeah, I got a new setup. It's good setup. Like this setup.
Anyway, after the show, Mo, you're going down the road, aren't you?
Yeah, for a moment.
Message me when you get back, and we'll go ahead and work on the show some more.
All right.
But I think that is it for tonight. Do you think so, Mo?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, everyone, I've been Mello.
And I've been Mo.
And thank you for watching the Press Start Podcast.
Bye.